Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, gunfire rings out in Bangor, leaving investigators looking for answers.
Plus, we'll hear what Mainers think 1 year after Roe v. Wade was overturned by the Supreme Court.
And they held a big cornhole tournament in Trenton to help victims of sexual violence.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for watching this Monday morning. We'll have those stories and a lot more coming up. But first, a check of the forecast. And unfortunately, it looks like pretty much the same we've had the last several days. Although the weekend turned out to be better than I thought it was going to be.
I agree.
We had a little bit of rain, but overall not terrible.
And I think it could be one of those weeks, too, where, you know, the 5-day says 50-50 a lot of these days. So don't let it bum you out too much. We could still see sun here and there.
Yeah, plan around it because you might end up having several hours of great weather and then a little bit of rain. So don't let it foil your plans.
Yeah, I swam this weekend. It was a little chilly, but it was still muggy.
You're crazy.
No,
no,
I think I'm reasonable.
A lot of people are swimming now. You swim in the middle of winter, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's good for you. Okay, here's Devin Biggs with a full weather forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. We're going to get things rolling out there this morning. We've had some air quality alerts that have been in effect across the western parts of the state. Those will be dropped later this morning. Notice so further off towards the west, some areas are even dealing with some very unhealthy air quality this morning, courtesy of wildfire smoke going on in Canada. We also have fog out there again this morning near Bar Harbor and Rockland. This will be a common theme this week with repeat chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms with a very repetitive forecast that will be on the way. Now, for now, we're already starting out with some showers already this morning. Notice the lightning moving into the western parts of the state, so scattered showers and thunderstorms will be the general idea for us today, with locally heavy downpours possible in a few spots, too. We're also watching an area low pressure located right about in here, though. That's kind of the general idea with that. That'll be tracking off towards the north and east, kind of stalling out. We'll be watching for it possibly moving into our neck of the woods again later on this week. So futurecast moving forward, those scattered showers and thunderstorms will be the general idea. There will be some dry hours with that as well, but we'll be watching for more moving in again, especially as we head towards your Tuesday. The wind's not too bad, though, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour today and tonight, but tomorrow those winds will start to pick up as that area low pressure starts to get closer. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, rain moving in, a few rumbles of thunder possible, temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. An investigation is underway following a police shooting in Bangor. A gun was fired by a Bangor police officer Sunday morning while investigating a domestic disturbance. Bangor officers were called to 438 Finson Road shortly after 3 a.m. Sunday morning. Upon arrival, officers were faced with an individual who reportedly had a knife. One of the responding officers fired their service weapon. The person wielding the knife was taken to a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries that were unrelated to the officer's use of force. The officer who fired the shot has been placed on administrative leave, which is department policy after any police-related shooting. The Office of the Attorney General is conducting an investigation of that incident.
A Brunswick man has been arrested after allegedly making threats and displaying a firearm in a Burger King drive-thru, which led to a standoff situation at the restaurant in Portland on Friday night. Just after 7 p.m., Portland police say they were dispatched to the Burger King on Forest Avenue after hearing reports of a patron in the drive-thru making threats and brandishing a rifle while in his car, then heading to the parking lot. Officers located the driver and conducted a high-risk traffic stop, but initially were unable to get the suspect to cooperate as he was refusing to exit the vehicle. This led to over 2 hours of standoff negotiations on restaurant property. Non-lethal distraction devices and chemical irritants were used in order to allow officers to safely remove the man from the car and arrest him. The suspect is being identified as Gabriel McCusick, a 44-year-old Brunswick man. McCusick was brought to the Maine Medical Center to be treated for minor cuts from the broken glass and then taken to the Cumberland County Jail. In his vehicle, police found an AR-15 rifle containing nearly 60 rounds of ammo. Portland Police Major Jason King spoke about keeping everything under control.
Kind of why we have the posture that we had, it's to keep the public safe. As you can see, it's a very busy area. There's a lot of people going around, so it's hard to keep it controlled. So we had to do the best we could with what we had.
King says during the 2-hour standoff, all the buildings in the strip mall were ordered to lock down. The Burger King was open at the time, and customers waiting for their orders became witnesses.
Trying to pick up my order tonight, and they flashbanged everything around these cars. I saw the green armored truck come in, and they told me to leave the street immediately.
This incident is under investigation, and Portland police are urging anyone with information to contact them at 874-8575. Sorry about that, Craig.
That's all right. Meanwhile, authorities continue to investigate a deadly fire in Lincolnville. A man was found dead Saturday morning after fire crews were called to a home on Millertown Drive. According to Lincolnville Fire Chief Don Fullington, the front of the home was fully involved in flames when they arrived on the scene. Fullington says fire was streaming from the first floor windows and front door. Despite the severity of the fire, crews knocked down the flames in around 10 minutes. They found a man's body while searching that home. The unidentified man's body was transported to a local funeral home where an examination will be completed by the medical examiner. The fire marshal's office is now looking for a cause of that deadly blaze.
Police are also investigating a deadly accident in Norridgewock. The Somerset County Sheriff's Office says deputies were called to a crash on Mechanic Street around 3:14 Saturday morning. They discovered a Dodge Avenger driven by 54-year-old Gerald Perry of Smithfield had been traveling north when it went off the side of the road and crashed into a vehicle that was parked in a driveway. Perry wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the vehicle. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Deputies believed excessive speed was a factor in the crash.
Well, this weekend marked 1 year since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Asia Reed tells us where some Mainers stand on that reversal.
Make them more safe, make them more accessible for people.
Saturday marks 1 year since Roe v. Wade was overturned. This decision dismantled legal abortion federally, some states making restrictions or banning abortion altogether. 1 year later, some in support of abortion say they're terrified that some women's rights have been stripped from them.
I feel very badly for those women. I think it's a huge problem. We've already seen some of the drastic problems that have arisen from those laws.
Although abortion care has been affected in some states, it's still legal in Maine. On Friday, a bill was brought to the State House aiming to expand access to abortion care even more in Maine. Governor Janet Mills says the bill would be for necessary rare cases of late-term fetal diagnosis. Some lawmakers are concerned that the term medically necessary isn't included.
It basically allows for the abortion of a baby in the third trimester for any reason whatsoever, with no guardrails except that a physician has to sign off that it's necessary. Necessary for what purpose? They never really explained.
It's debated by some whether abortion should even be considered health care or not.
It just stuns me that we are considering aborting viable, healthy babies virtually for any reason.
Go Maine for having access.
Support Planned Parenthood.
Medical Director for Northern New England Parenthood, Dr. Andrea Pelletier, says this past year has been unprecedented.
What we don't want to have happen is lose access like other states have. So we're continuing to try to make sure we can protect those, protect our legal right to safe and legal abortion.
Dr. Pelletier says they mostly have Maine patients, but people from out of state have sometimes crossed borders to get the care they need if they can't in their own state. Candice Gosta says she supports abortion access, and if people can't cross borders to get their care, she says they may find other ways.
I don't think it's going to stop abortions. Again, it just makes them more unsafe. No ban can stop people from doing what they want with their bodies.
21 million.
Dr. Pelletier says nearly 21 million women have been stripped of abortion rights in their home state and says 1 in 3 women don't have access to abortion.
Each year, the Maine State Police honor their own and others who put their lives on the line to help keep Mainers safe. The awards that are given out are not just for the ones who wear a badge. Doug Banks has the story.
At the Maine Criminal Justice Academy, people gathered together to recognize the courage of men and women who took it upon themselves to help someone else. Trooper Adam Philibrown was picked out of a field of 13 candidates and named Trooper of the Year, one of the ceremony's highest honors.
A very humbling, proud moment. with me and my dad doing it for almost 53 years, it's definitely a great thing. Making him proud, and hopefully he's watching down on me right now.
The ceremony was filled with powerful moments that honored bravery and goodwill, from Colonel Awards to scholarships, to a trooper whose actions helped save the life of a woman on the Penobscot Narrows Bridge. 911 dispatchers were also singled out for their contributions to public safety, including Natasha Bishop, a 911 dispatcher who guided a 9-year-old girl that was giving CPR to her father and saved his life.
Well, first it was like unsure tears, and then they turned into happy tears when we figured out that she did save her dad, and it was exhilarating and scary all at once, and she was absolutely amazing. She was a rock star, and really it was all her.
Although it's nearly impossible to formally recognize each and every individual who put the well-being of others before their own, the work that they do will always be important.
If you feel yourself in a situation where you call 911, just stay calm, listen to us. We're there to help you. Run it together. For my 911 people, just keep doing what you're doing.
In Vassalboro, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A very special boat will be visiting the coast of Maine this week. The Golden Rule is the name of a vessel that first set sail in 1958 to stop nuclear weapons testing in the Marshall Islands. The crew of the newly restored peace ship hopes to promote and inspire peace among nations. They're visiting various ports to show that nuclear weapons can and should be abolished. The Golden Rule is a project of Veterans for Peace. The boat will be docked in Portland through tomorrow. Then they'll be heading up the Kennebec River to Bath on Wednesday, with plans to hold a peace rally Thursday outside Bath Iron Works, where nuclear-capable destroyers are being constructed. Thought it was kind of neat. A little bit of history arriving on the Maine coast this week.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, the time now is 6:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll visit a unique food pantry in Dover Foxcroft that's helping to feed a growing number of people.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. Another rainy day on the way today. We can expect some scattered storms today with highs near 66 degrees. Scattered showers overnight with lows in the low 60s. Tomorrow, another rainy day on the way with a high near 69.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Red Rabbit Bazaar, and Ruth and Wimpy's want to send you to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band with special guest Ziggy Marley live in concert Wednesday, July 5th at the Maine Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Red Rabbit Bazaar, Queen City's clothing market located above the Grindhouse in the heart of downtown Bangor, and Ruth and Wimpy's at 792 U.S. Route 1 in Hancock. We're a lobster lover's dream. Win tickets to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band July 5th on the Bangor waterfront.
Do you remember your first day at school? The nerves and excitement, seeing your friends and new teachers, or what to wear. You know, we feel every kid deserves to look their best, especially on their first day of school. Bring your new or like-new school clothes like sweaters, sweatshirts, and coats to any Jordan's Furniture. And Cradles to Crayons will make sure those clothes you bring in will help a child in need. Their day and the days to come will be happier because of you.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7.
This week on the People's Court.
After 50 years that you guys have been friends, we're in court. I can't believe you're rolling your eyes. It's $350.
Plus,
he promised me a full refund.
Do you have any evidence of that? So, what are you going to say that's going to make me trust you?
All this week at 4 on ABC 7.
A food center in Dover Foxcroft is breaking the stigma surrounding food insecurity by developing a new model to support those residing in Maine's Highlands. AJ Douglas visited the area with a longtime volunteer to learn what changes are being made.
And so you come in, you grab a cart, and you shop as you would at a grocery store, only you're getting the best deal ever.
Imagine a grocery store that offers a grocery shopping experience at no cost or limitations. Well, in Dover Foxcroft, the Piscataquis Regional Food Center has done just that, as the food bank has decided to move away from the previous practice of handing out pre-selected food boxes.
The boxes worked, like I said, for COVID, but it was what we could get at the time, so they got a standard box. When they walk in and see the fresh produce or 9 different kinds of tomatoes on the shelf, crushed, puree, all the different brandings, their faces light up.
Members of the food center say allowing shoppers the right to choose empowers them so they aren't afraid to ask for help, pushing an everyday shopping experience.
The main priorities for us is to restore dignity in the emergency food system. It's really a traumatic experience. When you're in crisis and you're worried about where your next meal is going to come from, the last thing you want to worry about is how you're going to be treated.
Seeing a sriracha on the shelf, and you never think, oh, they may not take it, but sriracha falls off the shelf as quickly as the tomatoes do.
The food center serves about 150 residents of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties a week by distributing food purchased from Good Shepherd Food Bank, private donations, and partnerships with grocers like Hannaford.
The gift that we give by providing food to the community is beyond measure.
The food center is open Tuesday, Friday, and every first Saturday by appointment. In Dover Foxcroft, AJ Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Maple Street in Bangor is a well-known hotspot for trick-or-treaters on Halloween, but for the last 9 years, it has also been the location of a fundraiser for Maine veterans. Bangor resident Mike Liberty flipped a 400-pound tire 1 mile down Maple Street in an effort to raise funds for the Maine Veterans Project. Though he is not a veteran himself, his father and many friends are, and for the last few years, he has been flipping the tire with a prosthetic leg.
That knows Mike, he's always trying to challenge himself physically. He constantly takes on fitness challenges. So this is just something that this man did just for the sake of it, just for the fact that he wanted to push himself.
Raise money for Maine veterans, and it's just a challenge for myself.
Mike completed the tire flip challenge with a new personal record of 2 hours and 39 minutes and exceeded his fundraising goal of $25,000. For more information about the fundraiser, you can log on to MaineVeteransProject.org.
Nearly 2 hours and 40 minutes of flipping a tire.
Pretty
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for him. Okay, in other news now, changes are coming to the Portland School District as schools are seeing an influx of multilingual students. The school board says this is a tipping point. Marissa Bonar reports.
We're seeing increased need in terms of just the number of students that we have in the classroom, but then also an acute need around language acquisition.
The Portland School Board says nearly 1/3 of their students identify as multilingual learners. Just this past year, they saw nearly 1,000 new multilingual students, some arriving with intensive language needs. On Tuesday night, the Portland School Board voted to call on the superintendent to require all educators to obtain some degree of multilingual certification over the next several years. Some educators in the district are ESOL certified or English for speakers of other languages.
I think we feel like, given the density and kind of the population growth here in Portland, that this is hopefully a model for Maine as we continue to welcome new Mainers to our state.
Sarah Lentz, the chair of Portland's public schools, says they're not asking teachers to learn another language or become ESOL certified. Instead, to have some type of certification that gives them additional skills and resources to better support students who aren't native English speakers.
Thinking about if a student moved here from another part of the United States or came and maybe didn't have the same level of math skills, we would be providing a specific set of supports for those students so that they could integrate into the classroom and into the community.
Len says this type of integration is important and it works.
This is giving teachers more skills and resources to be able to do that so that every student that's in the classroom has multiple pathways and on-ramps to be just as successful as their peers.
Marissa Bonner reporting.
All right, the time now is 6:19. After the break, a cornhole tournament was held for a good cause in Trenton over the weekend.
We'll hear about the benefit and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Update your outdoor living space and make the most of your outdoor life with a new deck from Hammond Lumber Company. From wood to low-maintenance composite and PVC decking, Hammond has the materials, knowledge, and experience to help you get everything you need for that perfect new deck. Railing options include wood, composite, aluminum, and the modern look of cable railing. Your Hammond sales rep can answer any questions and will walk you through your options. Get the deck you want, the one you deserve, when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Do you want to improve or upgrade your home? Well, At Home Furniture, Appliance, and Bedding in Lincoln and Dover Foxcroft has got you covered. We pride ourselves in the relationships we build with every customer, from commercial businesses to homeowners. We have some of the best prices on the best brands of appliances, furniture, and mattresses, and we even offer full kitchen and bath remodels with a designer and installers on staff. So stop in today and check us out at one of our locations and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Hey Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes from Herman Meadow Golf Club or The Local. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Bruns Chiropractic Clinic in Bangor, Eddington Store in Eddington, Main Collision Center in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
Welcome back, everyone. Cornhole isn't just for backyard barbecues. A local organization held a cornhole tournament in Trenton yesterday in support of victims of sexual violence. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
The AMHC Sexual Assault Services offers 24/7 support with their helpline and provide aid to those who have been affected by sexual violence.
Then we also always have a goal of bringing awareness both to what we do, the fact that we exist, because unfortunately people often don't know that services like this exist until they need them.
As cornhole tournaments are continuing to grow in popularity, the AMHC and Children's Advocacy Centers partnered with local professionals through Iconic Cornhole to raise money for their programs.
I mean, anything helps. We just love throwing bags, and for a good cause makes it even better.
There were several prizes being raffled off throughout the day, and of course, lots of cornhole.
A lot of our Bangor crew came up today, and it's good to see new faces as well, so happy with it.
And aside from raising money, the goal of the fundraiser is to educate on the services AMHS offers to the community.
We go with them to law enforcement if they're looking to report. We go with them to courts. We really try to be a light, another person in some of those rooms that can be really dark and heavy.
In Trenton, Grace Blanchard, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Very nice. Smart, too. They held it inside. Probably heard about the weather.
Right. I think that's such a fun way to fundraise. People are called to that.
It's a good time, and anybody can do it. You
Right.
know? Not anybody can do it really well.
Right.
Because I'm not that great at it. But
I'm all right.
But it's fun.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look out for the next fundraiser.
We'll
like
have to
that.
have a cornhole tournament sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe at the company barbecue this summer.
Good call. I was thinking that, yeah.
Yeah. If the weather would cooperate.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. You can't have tents over all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the time now is 6:23.
Let's get a full look at that forecast.
Artie, Craig, and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get things started after this morning. We've been watching the air quality here in the western parts of the state remaining under air quality alerts for a little while yet this morning. That will get dropped during the 8 o'clock hour. Areas further off towards the west dealing with some very unhealthy air quality. This is all courtesy of wildfire smoke in Canada. Well, the way the pattern's setting up, that'll push that smoke into Canada and leave us alone. We do have fog developing out there in a few spots this morning near Bar Harbor and Rockland, so be careful with that this morning. This will be a repeat theme for most of this week with the areas of dense fog that will be developing in a few spots. Along with that, though, repeat chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms expected for most of the week as well. We're already watching for some showers and storms in the western parts of the state this morning. We will be watching for more showers as the day progresses on, along with a few rumbles of thunder. So again, expect that for most of the week with the way this pattern is setting up. We have a little front kind of parked right about in here also, but this is the main one we're watching as well. The pattern is very slow, so that's why we're going to be watching for scattered showers and thunderstorms for most of this week, so make sure to be ready for that. So as we move forward today, scattered showers and thunderstorms today, some dry hours as well. They'll back off a little bit later on tonight, but tomorrow, though, more scattered showers and storms will be on the way as we do start things off yet again. The winds pick up as well as an area low pressure starts to get closer, but notice the repeat pattern of scattered showers and thunderstorms existing and some dry hours as well. So unfortunately, just be careful, though, as you do head outside this week. We will not see much sunshine at all with all these chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms. So otherwise, though, how much rain can we see? Running this through midnight tonight is, again, a very isolated chance for some heavier downpours in a few spots. So some areas may see a lot of rain, others not so much at all. But I'll run it through the rest of the week as well. Again, look at this. At least before the week's out, maybe up to 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe even locally up to 3 inches in a few spots before we're all finished. So some decent rainfall on the way in a few areas. So your forecast for today looks a little bit like this. So middle 60s, scattered showers and thunderstorms, some fog on the way as well, and an east wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. More of the same tonight. Lower 60s, scattered showers and thunderstorms, some fog as well, and dry hours. Southeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 60s, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Again, some fog possible, and that southeast wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour. Already a Scott's Recreation extended forecast. A rather soggy week on the way with scattered showers and thunderstorms on the way. Temperatures overall in the 60s and 70s this week.
Should I be selling right now?
I gotta get a bigger place.
What's my house worth?
What do you think?
What's my house really worth?
That's pretty. How do I buy a house?
What if I don't have time to see it in person?
What is going on with this housing market?
You have questions. We can take the guesswork out of that. Contact a RE/MAX collaborative agent today. We service all of Maine.
Every night is pizza night at Dragonfire Pizza. From wings, salads, and sides to our specialty wood-fired pizzas. You'll find everything you need to satisfy any craving by the slice or by the pie. A little slice of heaven is waiting for you at Dragonfire Pizza, Mill Mall, Ellsworth.
This summer, GMA's popping up all across the country, spreading sunshine and summertime fun in the morning. It's GMA's Rise and Shine Summer Tour.
Rise and shine! Rise and shine!
So, could we be coming to your hometown?
ABC 7, Fox 22, Red Rabbit Bazaar, and Ruth and Wimpy's want to send you to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band with special guest Ziggy Marley live in concert Wednesday, July 5th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Red Rabbit Bazaar, Queen City's clothing market located above the Grindhouse in the heart of downtown Bangor, and Ruth and Wimpy's at 792 U.S. Route 1 in Hancock. We're a lobster lover's dream. Win tickets to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band July 5th on the Bangor waterfront.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Already Craig and Emma, thank you very much.
Now to San Antonio, and 3 police officers charged with murder for a shooting caught on camera. Authorities say the victim was suffering an apparent mental health crisis. Her family is now taking legal action. Some viewers may find these images disturbing. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the story.
We're learning more about 3 San Antonio police officers charged with murder after shooting a woman inside her home. Officers were seen approaching 46-year-old Melissa Perez after getting a call that she had cut wires to a fire alarm at her apartment complex.
Hey, lady, get over here.
Perez then ran back to her first-floor unit, police removing a window screen to gain access. That's when police say Perez grabbed a hammer and they drew their weapons.
You're gonna get shot!
Shoot me! You're the guy who work!
Police say Perez then threw a candle holder at one officer. According to police, Perez ultimately smashed her window with her hammer.
Hey, watch out!
Police opened fire, missing Perez, who they say then came to the door, hammer in hand. Finally, Perez is shot through the door. The officers now charged with murder are Sergeant Alfred Flores, Nathaniel Villalobos, and Eliezer Alejandro. They had 20 years of combined experience.
They placed themselves in a situation where they used deadly force, which was not reasonable given all the circumstances.
Perez's family now planning to sue.
She didn't deserve this, and those officers took my life. I will never be the same person again.
There needs to be systemic changes at the police department, or this is going to continue to happen.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, ongoing drought continues to threaten the successful harvest of vital cash crops, pushing some farmers to the limit. Fox News' Ten Linder takes a closer look at what's under attack.
Moderate to extreme drought conditions causing turmoil for farmers across large portions of the Midwest and Great Plains, with cash crops like wheat, corn, and soybeans struggling to survive.
We could have a dry month, and that may not be a problem. But if it's at a critical time of vegetative development, this could be a disaster.
Some climate experts say the problem isn't necessarily a lack of precipitation, but more so when the rain actually falls.
The springtime and even the fall might be even wetter than normal, but the summers are drier than normal. If they have too wet of fields in the spring, that's going to delay planting. But then as soon as it dries out in the field, it could be dry for weeks, if not months.
The U.S. is one of the top 5 wheat exporters in the world. But instead of preparing to harvest their crops, many wheat farmers in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas are now walking away from their fields. The drought impacting the health and growth of wheat, causing roughly a third to go without being harvested this season. Corn, which is used in many food products and for animal feed, is facing a similar fate.
The bigger the corn gets, the more water it's going to start to take up. Drought is so important because it's going to impact corn, how much grain it's going to produce, how much biomass, plant matter it's going to produce.
Soybean yield is also a main concern, with agricultural experts urging farmers to always speak up as soon as conditions worsen.
Relay that information. We need to be mindful of this.
Ted Linder, Fox News.
In other news now, Bitcoin has hit its highest level in a year. The cryptocurrency climbed above 31,400 a coin on Friday before paring back its gains. That was its highest level since last year. Bitcoin benefited from the changes that occurred with the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, which sent investors in search of safer places to hold their cash. It's now up about 87% this year, but that's still well below its all-time highs of more than 60,000 2 years ago.
Well, a new study is calling into question the belief that voters like to see numerous candidates on the ballot. Researchers at the University of Florida say democracy appears to work best when you keep things simple. They conducted a study that found when the field of candidates is crowded, voters are more likely to sit out the election. The more candidates there were, the less likely the voters would cast a ballot. The survey said voters found it tiring to choose between many alternatives.
That makes sense. I see that. Yeah.
I think some people skip the primaries because of that, and then they wait until the field's kind of narrowed down to those top candidates.
Right, absolutely. There's been plenty of times, especially I'll vote in the primaries, and it's like I'll wait until the day to do my research. And it's like, that's not the right way to do it. But it's like with so many, what are people expected to do?
The last presidential race was one of those where I don't remember how many there were, but there were like over a dozen candidates at one point. So hard to keep track of everybody.
Yep. All right, still to come here on the second half of our show. We'll hear from folks who celebrated at Bangor's Pride Parade on Saturday.
Plus, we'll check out what some folks call the sweetest day in Maine. The Whoopie Pie Festival was over the weekend. We'll have those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
We get up and go, no matter what day it is. We make sure nothing keeps us from doing what needs to be done, because we're driven by what we love. Milwaukee's Outdoor Power Equipment handles any job, big or small. From trimmers, blowers, and mowers to pole and chainsaws, Milwaukee's battery-operated, high-output tools will help get you to the moments that matter most. Get what you need to keep you firing on all cylinders when you sign up for Napa Rewards. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Ladies, a Maine adventure.
At Rennie's, we have an incredible selection of spring Carhartt at the best prices. We don't just sell it, we wear it and we love it.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Tesoro Italian Restaurant serves Bangor's best pizza, pasta, and sandwiches. Located in downtown Bangor across from the library. Open Tuesday through Saturday 3 to 9 and Sunday 3 to 8. The bar is also open 9 to 1 Friday and Saturday night. Come in and taste what everybody's talking about.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations. 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power. Everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, June 26, 2023. Can you believe it's like the last week of June already?
No, I can't.
July 4th coming up, another week. I know, it's going by too quickly. On a brighter note, it's also National Canoe Day.
It's perfect for June.
Right.
It's a holiday celebrated in both the U.S. and Canada. On National Canoe Day, thousands visit their favorite waterways for an activity that's easy to learn and friendly to people of all ages. I prefer it over kayaking.
Do you?
Yep. It's also a low-impact form of exercise that's good for your health, too. Canoes have been around for centuries, but the oldest canoe ever found was dated back to 8000 BC. And if you want to see some really cool Wabanaki-made canoes, you should go to the Hudson Museum in Orono. It's on campus.
Yeah.
Really historic and traditionally made canoes by Wabanaki people.
The first canoes ever made in Maine.
Yeah.
So I used to have a canoe and I used it all the time, but now I visit islands off the coast, and I found when I'm going out there by myself, the front end of the canoe would be kind of sticking up in the air.
Yeah.
Because I'm way in the back.
Right.
Which isn't great for the big waves and things like that. So
You're crazy for ocean canoeing.
I'm a kayaker now,
right.
so I do that kind of stuff.
Ocean kayaking still, it freaks me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It freaks me out sometimes too.
Good exercise.
Yeah, it's good though.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, on this day in history, back in 1844, John Tyler took Julia Gardner to be his bride, becoming the first U.S. president to marry while in office. In 1927, the Coney Island Cyclone roller coaster opened in New York. In 1974, the Marsh Supermarket in Ohio installed the first barcode scanning equipment to speed up grocery checkout. The first product to be scanned was a pack of juicy fruit gum.
Cool.
Kind of neat,
That's interesting. Yeah. And in 1997, the J.K. Rowling book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, was first published in the UK. Of course, it's the Sorcerer's Stone here in America.
Yeah.
It was later released, as the Sorcerer's Stone here. Today's birthdays include pop star Ariana Grande, who's 30 years old today. I love her. Oh, and even more, actress Aubrey Plaza.
She's so funny.
She's one of my favorite actresses ever. From Parks and Rec, of course, one of my favorite shows. She's 39. And baseball great Derek Jeter is 49. Wow, very big
Nice
stars
lineup.
today.
Got another one of Aubrey Plaza's co-workers. What's his name? Who plays the grumpy old town councilor guy?
Ron Swanson is his character's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ufferman, is it?
Yes.
Something like that?
Oh, my gosh.
It's his birthday today, too. And he's
Oh.
53 years old today.
He came to Bangor to do stand-up with his wife a few years ago, and I missed it. I was so bummed, but he's
I
fantastic.
can never remember his name, but he's one of my favorites out
Offerman,
there.
you got his last
Yeah.
name. Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Pretty neat. Well, happy birthday to all of them.
Yeah. All right, rain today, another day.
What are you going to say?
Right. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. We're going to get things rolling out there this morning. We've had some air quality alerts that have been in effect across the western parts of the state. Those will be dropped later this morning. Notice so further off towards the west, some areas are even dealing with some very unhealthy air quality this morning, courtesy of wildfire smoke going on in Canada. We also have fog out there again this morning near Bar Harbor and Rockland. This will be a common theme this week with repeat chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms with a very repetitive forecast that will be on the way. Now, for now, we're already starting out with some showers already this morning. Notice the lightning moving into the western parts of the state, so scattered showers and thunderstorms will be the general idea for us today, with locally heavy downpours possible in a few spots, too. We're also watching an area low pressure located right about in here, though. That's kind of the general idea with that. That'll be tracking off towards the north and east, kind of stalling out. We'll be watching for it possibly moving into our neck of the woods again later on this week. So futurecast moving forward, those scattered showers and thunderstorms will be the general idea. There will be some dry hours with that as well, but we'll be watching for more moving in again, especially as we head towards your Tuesday. The wind's not too bad, though, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour today and tonight, but tomorrow those winds will start to pick up as that area low pressure starts to get closer. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, rain moving in, a few rumbles of thunder possible, temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, Bangor held its annual Pride Festival and Parade on Saturday, followed by the festival itself in downtown with plenty of live music. Hundreds of people gathered along Bangor's streets and sidewalks to celebrate Pride Month, and vendors also took to some of the city's parks to sell Prime-themed merchandise.
Some of those who joined the event shared their thoughts on what the parade meant to them.
This is my very first Pride Parade.
It's actually really nice to see so many people coming together, everybody being friendly, and it's really sweet. I love it here.
It makes it feel really comfortable to come down, to know that you're welcome in the area.
Seeing all these people, with so many different identities, so many, basically just being themselves, it makes me really happy.
You feel involved and you feel welcomed because you know that everybody else is feeling the same way you feel on a daily basis.
Oh,
pretty neat.
Wow, that's awesome. It's so important for the young people of this city to feel involved and welcome.
It's nice to see how people around here are kind of coming together and making them feel that way, too.
It's so important. Craig, I heard recently that one of Maine's biggest exports is educated young people.
There you go.
You need to make the young people feel welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Right. All right, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
We'll be right back after this.
When we started this business, Braylon and I, we had nothing. We went in debt beyond belief.
The financing was huge. Just these doors opened.
Met the sales guy. He's like, "Oh, we'll be able to get you finance." He was so positive. I kind of chuckled. I said, "Sure, try it." 0%, you're fully approved. So awesome.
It allowed a small business to have this opportunity.
Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer, or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Wood, composite, or PVC, with options that include the modern look of cable railing. Your perfect new deck begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudall here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get rolling with some cycling. Saturday was the Gran Fondo Hincapie race, making its return to our area for the second straight year. And with what Maine has to offer, it's pretty hard for him to stay away. Take a look. Hundreds of cyclists converged on Bangor Saturday for the Gran Fondo Hincapie race. And from all over, too.
We are coming all the way from Topeka, Kansas.
Haverhill, Massachusetts.
I'm coming from North Carolina.
Greenville, South Carolina.
It's the second year that the touring race has made its way to Maine, and race founder Rich Hincapie says it was a no-brainer.
For us, we wanted iconic places where people can get a lot of memories. You know, the roads out there and the views of the water and the rolling hills are absolutely spectacular, and that's what we look for.
There were 3 courses to choose from. A 15-mile, a 52-mile, and an 81-mile for the daring, like Team USA para-athletes Clara Brown and Noah Middlestat.
Super excited to see this beautiful part of the state. Excited to ride with a bunch of new people.
It looks like a gorgeous course, and I'm just excited to ride my bike with some new folks.
Some more cautious people went the 15-mile route, but for Melissa Belliard, it was a long and rewarding road to get there.
Well, my husband turned 60 last year, and I wanted to do something for him that was a labor of love because I'm not a cyclist. So I agreed to do this ride for him, and I trained in our basement for 6 months.
What kind of a better thing for my partner to do for me than something like this, right?
And no matter what the reasoning is, that notion of just getting up and at 'em to try it out is the crux of the Gran Fondo Hincapie.
Really, the main goal of the event is to get more people on bikes. Even if you've never ridden a bike, we want people to come out here and enjoy it. We try to take the intimidation factor out of it and make it a good experience for everyone.
And from the less experienced all the way to folks like Chris Harkey and George Hincapie, a former Tour de France competitor, the courses were a hit.
You know, starting along the river here and just getting out there in the country and just enjoying all those rolling Maine hills was super fun.
It was just beautiful. All the landscape was wonderful. The roads were just so pretty and nice. It was like really pleasant for me. I liked it.
She made sure to put her shades on for that shot, by the way. Okay, now let's move to some hoops. Saturday over at Nokomis Regional High was the much-awaited Maine United Youth Basketball Clinic. Before Saturday night's exhibition game against Portland XL, the coaches and players of Maine United, including Cooper and Ace Flagg, coached 2 sessions full of young local hoopers from 3rd to 8th grade. And even though these kids, like these 3rd to 5th graders, are just starting their basketball careers, they have immense passion and an eagerness to learn.
It's great. It's a great turnout. We've got great numbers, but it's small enough where we can have some individual attention put into the kids. They're all working hard, eager to learn.
The kids have been great. You know, they're full of ready to compete, full of compassion for the game, and they all want to get better.
A lot of kids aren't even really playing basketball at this age, so it's good to see this many kids come out and show some kind of love for the game.
And Cooper and Ace are so happy that they get to help out the next generation of basketball players in the state of Maine, but it's also an indication of their journey and how far they've come from rural northern Maine to the national spotlight. In many ways, Saturday was a full circle moment for them.
It's truly just a blessing to be able to go where we've gone and to come here and give back to the community that helped me rise up to where I got to. It's really just amazing.
It's just kind of something that happens as you learn more and more stuff. That you kind of act as like a role model, and being able to be that for these kids, I know, speaking for myself and the rest of the people on my team, I know that it's just a really good feeling just being able to give back.
Just a great event Saturday there. And finally, a big announcement from Maine Field Hockey. Ahead of their brand new complex opening this coming season, the Black Bears released the team's 2023 schedule. Here are some of the highlights. Starting with the Black Bears' first 2 home games at the new Digs, August 25th and 27th, they'll face Providence and BC. 2 huge home games, September 8th and 10th, against former national champs Northwestern and perennial top 25 team UMass. America East play begins on September 15th as they host UC Davis. Border battle at UNH on October 13th, and finally, Senior Day against Cal on October 29th. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudall. We'll be back right after the break.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jim R Construction Products can help you.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Healing Hands Massage, and Ruth and Wimpy's want to send you to see Weezer live in concert on their indie rock road trip with special guests Future Islands and Joyce Manor, Friday, June 30th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Healing Hands Massage in Hamden, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients, and Ruth and Wimpy's at 792 U.S. Route 1 in Hancock. We're a lobster lover's dream. Win tickets to see Weezer June 30th on the Bangor waterfront.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
An annual festival returned to Dover Foxcroft to highlight Maine's official state treat.
Our David Ledford brings us a taste of the celebration.
It's the sweetest day in Maine.
The Maine Whoopie Pie Festival came to Dover Foxcroft Saturday for its 14th year. The event brings together whoopie pie makers from across the state to share a variety of whoopie pies and other baked goods. The one-day festival also offered numerous food trucks, vendors, and entertainment options from bouncy castles to pony rides. Organizers estimate that 7,000 people came out to participate. Some of those festival goers shared their thoughts on the celebration.
And we just tried some of the whoopie pies over there. Chocolate raspberry.
It's the first time I've actually been to the Dover Whoopie Pie Festival. It's amazing.
I'm curious to see exactly how many flavors I can find. It's great to see all these people out here that want to see what the community has to offer.
In addition to featuring the latest whoopie pie varieties, organizers say the festival helps to support the town's art community, raising an estimated $12,000 last year for the town's theater.
It's the largest annual fundraiser for the Center Theater, and it supports our mission to make arts education and entertainment available to our rural communities. Every entrance fee that gets paid helps put a kid through our summer drama camp. Helps us with our after-school programs to put on live theater.
Whoopie pie makers say the festival helps to support their businesses and attract new customers.
I've made around 450, I believe, and then about 1,300 samples apart from the actual whoopie pies. I got here at 1:30 a.m. this morning, so anything that brings people into town that helps small business, it's not easy running a small business in a small town.
This promotes more of our business also, and it draws more people in to get the whoopie pies. I mean, it promotes more business for everyone.
To learn more about the festival and prepare for next year, visit MaineWhoopiePieFestival.com. In Dover Foxcroft, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Sounds like a good time to me, and
Yeah.
it looks like the weather held off.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm glad it wasn't a wash. That kind of would have been a bummer.
Yeah.
And on that note, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, let's get things started after this morning. We've been watching the air quality here in the western parts of the state remaining under air quality alerts for a little while yet this morning. That will get dropped during the 8 o'clock hour. Areas further off towards the west dealing with some very unhealthy air quality. This is all courtesy of wildfire smoke in Canada. Well, the way the pattern's setting up, that'll push that smoke into Canada and leave us alone. We do have fog developing out there in a few spots this morning near Bar Harbor and Rockland, so be careful with that this morning. This will be a repeat theme for most of this week with the areas of dense fog that will be developing in a few spots. Along with that, though, repeat chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms expected for most of the week as well. We're already watching for some showers and storms in the western parts of the state this morning. We will be watching for more showers as the day progresses on, along with a few rumbles of thunder. So again, again, expect that for most of the week with the way this pattern is setting up. We have a little front kind of parked right about in here also, but this is the main one we're watching as well. The pattern is very slow, so that's why we're going to be watching for scattered showers and thunderstorms for most of this week, so make sure to be ready for that. So as we move forward today, scattered showers and thunderstorms today, some dry hours as well. They'll back off a little bit later on tonight, but tomorrow, though, more scattered showers and storms will be on the way as we do start things off yet again. The winds pick up as well as an area low pressure starts to get closer, but notice the repeat pattern of scattered showers and thunderstorms existing and some dry hours as well. So unfortunately, just be careful, though, as you do head outside this week. We will not see much sunshine at all with all these chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms. So otherwise, though, how much rain can we see? Running this through midnight tonight is, again, a very isolated chance there for some heavier downpours in a few spots. So some areas may see a lot of rain, others not so much at all. But I'll run it through the rest of the week as well. Again, look at this. At least before the week's out, and maybe up to 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe even locally up to 3 inches in a few spots before we're all finished. So some decent rainfall on the way in a few areas. So your forecast for today looks a little bit like this. So middle 60s, scattered showers and thunderstorms, some fog on the way as well, and an east wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. More of the same tonight. Lower 60s, scattered showers and thunderstorms, some fog as well, and dry hours. Southeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 60s, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Again, some fog possible, and that southeast wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour. Already a Scott's Recreation extended forecast. A rather soggy week on the way with scattered showers and thunderstorms on the way. Temperatures overall in the 60s and 70s this week.
Tedeschi Trucks Band. July 5th, Main Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Tedeschi Trucks Band with special guest Ziggy Marley. Get tickets now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Tedeschi Trucks Band live.
If you're waiting for a sign that it's time to finally tackle that window or patio door project you've been putting off, here it is. Renewal by Andersen's incredible Window Replacement Days celebration. Act now, because during this limited time event, you'll get stunning custom replacement windows and patio doors for less. Get all the benefits of Renewal by Andersen's exclusive and easy replacement window and door process, and save a lot of money while you're at it. This opportunity won't be sticking around for long, and neither will these savings. Schedule your free design consultation now and call Renewal by Andersen today.
Your New England Ford dealers say thank you to those who answer the call, the bravest, hardest working people. And now we're saying thank you with this offer on select F-150 models. 3.9% for 60 months plus up to $3,000 total cash. For military, including all veterans and first responders, along with their families. Now get 3.9% for 60 months plus up to $3,000 total cash for military and first responders on select F-150 models.
I got hurt in a car accident, and I've got some questions. Can a lawyer start working on my case for no money up front?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the twos. We win for you.
Call 222-2222.
Tonight, the urgent search for the missing tourist submarine. Plus, from rare tornado strikes to heat indexes approaching 120 degrees, the evidence of rapid climate change. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
Well, we're about out of time for this hour. I thought I'd let you know about gas prices, though. They've risen another couple of cents in just the last week. We're now paying more than 8 cents more than just a month ago. Average price $3.61, heading in the wrong direction.
Bummer.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we're about out of time. Have a great day.
Do you want to improve or upgrade your home? Well, At Home Furniture, Appliance, and Bedding in Lincoln and Dover Foxcroft has got you covered. We pride ourselves in the relationships we build with every customer, from commercial businesses to homeowners. We have some of the best prices on the best brands of appliances, furniture, and mattresses, and we even offer full kitchen and bath remodels with a designer and installers on staff. So stop in today and check us out at one of our locations and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, gunfire rings out in Bangor, leaving investigators looking for answers.
Plus, we'll hear what Mainers think 1 year after Roe v. Wade was overturned by the Supreme Court.
And they held a big cornhole tournament in Trenton to help victims of sexual violence. Good morning, and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories coming up, but first to check the forecast. Luckily, the weather wasn't quite as bad as we thought it was going to be over the weekend. We still got plenty of rain in some areas, but overall, we still got to get out and do the things we like to do.
Yeah, I got to sit on the porch and have a margarita yesterday in the sun, so I'm not complaining.
There you go.
Yeah.
Looks like the rest of this week will be kind of like that too. You'll just have to dodge the showers from time to time.
Yeah, I know. And we say it's kind of a bummer with all the rain, but I think there will be spots where the sun will come out. So